Lemlist enables marketeers to identify and contact hundreds of millions of leads with ease. In this tutorial, we'll see how to warm up your sending account, cultivate lucrative leads, and build complex multi-channel marketing sequences from scratch. You'll also learn how to configure your website and email address so your messages don't end up in the spam folder. Let's dive in. Chapter 1. Onboarding and Dashboard Overview. Click the link in the description to start your own 14-day free trial. You can create an account the old-fashioned way or simply use your Google or Microsoft accounts. I'll use Google, follow the few on-screen instructions, and arrive here. This short questionnaire has only a few questions and helps Lemlist tailor your experience. The first few answers don't really matter, but when you get to the last question, check the boxes next to these 4 goals. Send email campaigns, automate LinkedIn outreach, run advanced multi-channel sequences, and improve email deliverability. Click Continue, and in a few seconds, you'll land on Lemlist dashboard. Before we start setting you up for success, let's explore the dashboard, specifically the left sidebar. Starting with People Database. This is where you'll manage everything related to identifying and sourcing leads. This is where you'll find the lead engine, Lemlist's internal B2B contact directory with over 600 million professional contacts. You'll take this data and use granular filters, job title, location, years of experience, etc., to build targeted lists. Signals. This is where you monitor your identified leads. For example, you can track a lead's recent LinkedIn activity, such as job changes, funding rounds, or broader company news. This helps you identify potential openings, and you can even build automations that automatically push leads into a campaign. Contacts. This section provides a centralized view of everyone you have ever imported or contacted. You can view and manage each contact's stage in your team's sales funnel, assign custom attributes or specific data points to enable deeper personalization. Companies. Use this tab to sort your individual contacts by their respective organizations. It's where you can also view high-level data about an organization's size, industry, and developments that may signal an opportunity. Campaigns. This is where you'll build, edit, and launch your multi-channel outreach campaigns. It's also where you'll handle A/B testing, seeing which versions of your copy perform best. Tasks. This area is essentially a project management tool, where you can record and assign non-automated goals that need to be completed. Inbox, a single hub to manage replies across all campaigns and all connected email accounts. To help keep everything organized, label and categorize replies as necessary. Reports. This is where you'll find performance analytics covering open, click, reply, and bounce rates, as well as pinpoint exactly where leads are dropping off in your marketing sequence. Deliverability Hub, a newer addition to the platform. This is your central command center for ensuring your messages actually reach the primary inbox. Through dedicated tabs for warm-up, outreach, inbox placements, and alerts, you can monitor your real-time deliverability score, see exactly how many emails are landing in the inbox versus spam, and visualize your overall Lemwarm progress. Calls. This is where you can make cold calls directly from the Lemlist interface. Meetings. You can sync Lemlist with your calendars to track upcoming meetings and their results. And in the very bottom left, you can see the total number of credits you have. Credits are Lemlist's internal currency and can be used to find and verify lead emails, LinkedIn accounts, and phone numbers, as well as to use AI to generate custom, personalized emails. Free users start with 200 credits, and each additional credit costs 1 cent. Now that you're familiar with the dashboard, let's set you up for success by taking care of the essential technical setup. Chapter 2. Laying the technical foundation. First things first, we have to set up your sending email address. To do that, we need to open the settings menu. Look in the very bottom left of your screen. you'll see your name next to a profile picture. Click that and select Settings at the top of the list. In the top left, click on Sending Settings. You'll see options for email, LinkedIn, and phone numbers. Click Email to open an expanded view. Click Connect Email Address. Lemlist has native integrations with Google Workspace and Microsoft 365. As usual, I'll go the Gmail route. I'll click Connect and follow the on-screen instructions to let Lemlist interface with my account. The process is very similar for Microsoft 365. Simply select the account you want to use and grant Lemlist permission. Pro tip: don't use your personal email address. Professional outreach requires a custom domain. Getting their messages flagged as spam is already a tough challenge for email marketers. Don't make it harder than it has to be by being lazy. We aren't done here. Now, click Settings to the right of your LinkedIn email address. Now expand Custom Tracking Domain. Now, this is where most beginners run into trouble. If your domain name system DNS configuration isn't right, many of your emails will go straight to your recipient's spam or junk folders, regardless of their content. That's why we have to verify your DNS records, specifically 3 different ones. The first is the Sender Policy Framework, SPF. This is a line of code in your domain settings that says, I authorize Lemlist to send mail. We have to leave Lemlist to set this up properly. I'll use a website I created on Hostinger about a month ago for this example. If you're using a website hosted on Squarespace, Wix, Shopify, or WordPress, the steps will vary slightly. Personally, I think Hostinger is the best combination website builder hosting service on the market, so I'll also include a link in the description that'll let you try it out for free. On Hostinger, I'll open Domains and select Domain Portfolio. Next to my website, I'll click Manage. In the left sidebar, I'll click on DNS Name Servers. We have to add a new record. I'll open the drop-down menu under Type and select Text. I'll delete the @ symbol under Name and enter my website's root domain, Nordic Utire. Now for the text value. I'll enter this string of characters. It should appear on your screen now. This is being configured for Google and Gmail, but if you use a different email provider, such as Outlook, I'll have that string pop up on screen right now too. Lastly, set the TTL to 3600. Now click Add Record. 1 of 3 down. Now let's add a DKIM, or Domain Keys Identified Mail Signature. Essentially, a DKIM verifies that the email wasn't tampered with in transit. For me, I'll need to log in to the Google Admin Console. I'll head over to Google Workspace and generate a new DKIM key. Back over to Hostinger, I'll have to add another record. It'll be a text record, and the name will be default._domain key. I'll copy and paste the DKIM key I grabbed from the admin console into the text value, and I'll set the TTL to 3600 one more time. Add record, and we're done. Almost there. Last up is DMARC, or the Domain-Based Message Authentication, Reporting, and Conformance Protocol. Despite the terrifying name, this is actually the easiest one to set up. We're creating another text record, this time named _DMARC. This value is straightforward and should be the same for you. V equals DMARC 1, semicolon, space, P equals none, dot. As for TTL, you know the drill, 3600 it is. Add record, and there we go. With your SPF, DKIM, and DMARC protocols set up, your emails are going to reach far more contacts. Don't worry, this was the hard part. It gets easier from here. Let's head back over to Lemlist and get yourself warmed up. Chapter 3, Lemwarm. And by getting yourself warmed up, I mean your email account. If, out of nowhere, your email account suddenly begins sending out 50 emails per day, Google will suspect suspicious activity and automatically disable your account. We want to avoid that. That's why Lemwarm uses a massive network of real, active users. In short, you'll be emailing other Lemlist users, and they will be emailing you. This creates a web of meaningful interactions that look organic to Google's algorithms. Let's set it up. Select Lemlist in the top left corner of the dashboard and select Lemwarm from the drop-down menu. Now, to use Lemwarm, you'll need a separate subscription. Select Choose a Plan, and on this page, click Upgrade Plan next to Lemwarm. I'll be snagging the Smart plan since the additional benefits, the ability to personalize my warm-up emails based on my target industry and audience, and practice sending different email templates are well worth it. Remember, using my exclusive code gets you 20% off any annual plans. I'll quickly check out and opt to activate the Smart clustering tool at the end of this section. Alright, now click Warm Up in the left sidebar so we can optimize the process. Click the cogwheel icon next to your name and toggle Enable Warm-Up Schedules on. This setting essentially lets you mimic authentic sending behavior. For example, I'll send emails only on weekdays from 9 AM to 5 PM. That's 1700 military time, because I don't want to contact people outside normal working hours or on the weekends. Click Save in the bottom right. Now we need to toggle Warm Up and Ramp Up Increment. Warm Up is the total number of emails a day Lemwarm will be sending after ramping up. For a new domain, setting this to 30 is a good idea. This is the maximum number of emails that accounts younger than 6 months can send per day anyway. For the ramp-up increment, Lemlist recommends setting it to 2 per day. This means that the first day of the warm-up campaign, you'll send 2 emails. The next day 4, the next day after that 6, and so on until you reach 30 per day. Oh, and to show you that everything we did in the last chapter mattered, go ahead and open DNS checks in the left sidebar. Click Refresh Checks, and if you followed along, you'll see that the SPF, DKIM, and DMARC records all passed. That's why the tedious technical steps in the last chapter was so vital. Without them, no matter how much warm-up you tried to do, your messages would still end up in spam. Before we start Lemwarm, let's go ahead and start up Smart Cluster. Click Dashboard and select Start Lemwarm, then confirm you're ready to proceed. Next, click Set up Smart Cluster, and then click Set up Smart Cluster once again. Now, depending on the type of business you run, your answers here may not match up to mine. That's okay. I'll select B2B, Sales Prospecting, and Transactional, and the United States, Poland, and the UK, with 101 to 500 emails sent per week. Now you have to tell Lemwarm what your ideal customer profile ICP is. An ICP is essentially your dream client, the company that gains the most value from your product, stays loyal, and is an endless stream of business. I have an ICP I prepared for another project that I'll copy and paste into the box here. Spend the time to do some research and try to write an accurate ICP. Once you're done, click Continue. The next one is tough for me to answer, but I'll simply say 501 to 5,000. Lastly, I'll select Information Technology and Services and Computer Software. Now I'll click Submit Answers. Pro tip: leave this running for at least 2 weeks before you send your first real campaign. I know you want to start today, but patience is the difference between success and failure. Still, that doesn't mean your job is done. While your account is warming up, you'll need a high-quality lead list to send your first campaign to. Let's find some leads. Chapter 4: Finding Leads. There are 2 ways to get leads on Lemlist. The first option is to import an Excel or Google Sheets file containing your existing contacts. To do this, select Lemwarm in the upper left and open Lemlist. In the left sidebar, open Contacts, then click Import New Contacts, and at the top of the page, click on CSV Import. All you have to do is upload your file to Lemlist, follow the few on-screen instructions, and you'll be good to go. The second way to find leads is to use Lemlist's built-in lead database, and this is what we're going to primarily be focusing on today. Click People Search in the top left. This might look overwhelming, but it's actually pretty straightforward. Let's talk filters. Effective filtering determines the quality of the leads you can find with Lemlist. Remember the ICP I had you prepared during the last chapter? Well, you can use it to help you refine your searches here. For example, let's start with job title and experience. Expand it, then click on Current Job Title. I want to include 2 job titles in my search: CEO and Head of Marketing. Why these roles? Well, because I cover both of my bases. For small startups, the CEO will be my point of contact, and for larger organizations, it'll be someone in the marketing department. I'll click plus next to both of these job titles. Let's move on to the next filter. While I recommend digging into each filter to see what you can find, I'll only cover the most important ones. I'll scroll down until I find Company Market. I'll open it and only include B2B. Next, I'll open Company Industry, right above Company Size. I'll opt to include technology, information, and media. I'll also open Professional Services and select Advertising Services. The last one I'll select is Company Technologies. This will open a search bar where I can add the tools I want to include. I'll add a few examples for now. I should also go through and add a bunch more programs, but this will suffice. Using these filters, I've cut my pool of potential leads down from over 600 million to only 166,664. There's still some refining left to do, but you get the idea. You can find anyone from anywhere in any business. If I find someone I like, such as the first result, I can simply check the box next to their name and then click Push to Contacts on the far bottom right. However, I'll go through and add this whole page to contacts. You can do this manually, as you just saw, or you can check the box next to name in the upper left, and Lemlist will select the 100 people on this page. Now, I'll click Push 100 Contacts in the bottom right, and there you have it. Now I'll have the option to find phone numbers or verified email addresses for these contacts. I strongly recommend using the Find Verified Emails option when creating a list for real. It'll make contacting potential leads much easier. Since this is only for example purposes, I'm going to flip that off and select Push Selection to Contacts. Alright, Lemwarm is getting your email address ready, and we've found a list of lucrative contacts. It's finally time to build our outreach campaign. Chapter 5, Crafting the Multi-Channel Sequence. In this chapter, we will build a simple 3-step multi-channel sequence with conditionals designed to convert as many leads as possible. We have to create a campaign first. Click Campaigns in the left sidebar, then click Create Campaign. While you should leverage the Create with AI or the template library options in the future, today we're going to create a campaign the old-fashioned way, from scratch. I want you to understand how to do everything yourself. That way, when you use the AI generator or start with a template in the future, you'll be able to troubleshoot much more effectively. Okay, click Create Manual Campaign. Step 1. The initial email, the hook. Select email from the list. That will open a visualization of the workflow sequence on the left and the email editor on the right. First, set the sender email for this step. In this case, that'll be me. Now comes the content of the first email. The subject line, keep it short. Ideally, 4 words or less. Whoever you're reaching out to is getting hundreds of emails per day and simply won't have the ability or desire to read a long drawn-out subject line. I'll use Visual Tutorials 4. Then I'll click the curly brackets to the right of the subject line and add a dynamic field or a placeholder in an email template that automatically pulls unique data from your lead list for each recipient. In other words, it's your personalization tool. For this, I'll select company name. The body. I'll start with a simple greeting. Hi. Then I'll click Add Personalization down at the bottom and select first name and add a comma after it. Alright, instead of writing an email for my company here, I'll tell you the 3 key components of a good cold email. The personalization is the most important part. Do not pitch right off the bat. Instead, mention something specific, such as a recent software update for a SaaS company, a new product listing for a hardware company. It doesn't matter. Use something, anything that will show the lead that you did your research. The value proposition. Now it's time for the pitch. The best value prop has 3 chief components. It's short, it's precise, and it contains an element of social proof that you solved a similar issue for someone else. To see what this looks like, here's an example I could see myself writing. I noticed you recently launched your company's built-in AI, and I wanted to share how we helped competitor or reputable businesses demonstrate their new AI feature, the CTA, call to action. Again, whoever you're reaching out to doesn't want to spend much time engaging with you. Ask for a simple yes or no response. Something like, would you be against me sending over a few video ideas? Once you've got your email done, click the plus icon underneath the email step. Now we have to set a condition or something that tells the software to look at a specific lead's behavior and choose the next step in the sequence. Since I have a link that I want the lead to click on, I'll select clicked on link in email. If they did, I want to send them another email to schedule a personalized demo. So I'll add an email step here. Set it to send immediately, toggle on mark as manual, and set the priority to high. Since every situation like this is unique, I'll leave this blank and focus on the no half of this condition. Step 2, the LinkedIn nudge, multi-channel basics. Click the plus icon right after no. Select visit profile. First things first, you need to sync your LinkedIn account to Lemlist. To do this, you'll have to install Lemlist's extension. Open a new browser tab and search for Lemlist extension. Select the top result from the Chrome Web Store. Click Add to Chrome and confirm. That will open the extension window and it will automatically start linking your LinkedIn account. Once it's complete, head back over to Lemlist, reselect yourself as the sender. Since your LinkedIn account is synced, the error will be resolved. Alright, now, this step is supposed to be a gentle nudge. You don't want to send them another sales pitch. All that will happen is your lead will receive a notification that you viewed their profile. It helps put a face to the name. It'll also remind them about your email. Also, remove the wait for 1 day condition so the visit occurs immediately. The wait logic is already built into the previous step. We're almost there. On to the final step. Step 3, the follow-up email, the value add. Click the plus icon underneath the visit profile step. Let's add the condition clicked on link in email again. If after our LinkedIn nudge, the lead hasn't clicked the link in the email, let's say in 4 days, let's create an email step. Actually, let's create email steps under yes and no and set them both to send immediately. The yes email step will again be a manual email to schedule a demo with the lead. We want to focus on the no email. You know the drill by now. Rather than write it for you, I'll give you 2 tips. Do not say just checking in or reminding you about. Messages like this are the fastest way to get marked as spam. They are generic and meaningless. Again, you have to be short, precise, and tout social proof. Let them know this will be the last time you reach out to them. In marketing, this is generally considered the breakup email. Be gentle and creative about it. For example, I could see myself writing, if video isn't a priority right now, no sweat, I'll leave you to it. Also, do not be afraid to inject a little humor into the breakup email. For example, use a subject line like, should I stay or go? It's a little thing, but helps break the monotony of professionalism and will make your parting shot stick out. All right, we're ready. Go ahead and click next step. Now add your contacts. I'll be pulling in the 100 names I saved earlier. Click on launch. Don't start your campaign just yet. click the cogwheel on the upper left corner next to the campaign's name. While you should review all these settings, I want to focus on schedules and launch. Open it. Lemlist's own data shows that Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday between 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. in the prospect's time zone have the highest engagement. Now, since I didn't spend the credits to verify the email addresses or LinkedIn accounts for my leads, I can't actually launch my campaign. You'll see that it says waiting validation in the upper right. If you did validate all your contact information, then you'll see a button that says publish. Hit it and your campaign is off. Remember to click the link in the description to sign up for your Lemlist account today totally for free and get an exclusive discount if you purchase a Lemlist or Lemwarm subscription. Let me know in the comments what you thought of Lemlist's people database. Did you find high quality leads? Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.